Well, hello there. So I found out that my stream deck's not working, and I got turn this off. All right. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and good evening to you all. I've got a headache. I started this stream. I just took some aspirin. Let me get this in the right spot of the window here. I had it wider than the stream calls for. All right. How's everyone doing? All right. Discord's telling me they have raid protection. I don't get raided. All right. So, what are we doing? Is there anyone here yet? Maybe, maybe not. Yes. Welcome to the stream. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah and happy birthday too. I probably missed it, to be fair. So welcome to the stream. I decided to stream tonight. I've got the whole week off of work. It's a holiday, and I had been loading up this project to continue work on the quest, and so I figured why not stream for a little bit and then go to bed early, because tomorrow's going to be a big day with lots of family, and I always get a headache and leave my brother's house with a headache because there's just so much going on. I'm sure some of you may have similar experiences. So let's see where we are with this right now. So we're going to have to look in the console to see things going on. I actually just shouldn't have cleared that out. Let's look in the console. I'm going to start it up again. Look in the console and we'll see some stuff happening here. We'll fire event for push the buttons, and then the fire event push the buttons. That was just some debug logging for me, but this will be the demo scene. But now, as I go into this red little sphere here, there's a trigger, and oh look, quest trigger, red entered, and then the green was popped up, and then the blue pops up, and then and what the F, the quest was supposed to be completed and didn't get completed. So that is the big issue now. So let's see. That's where I left off essentially. I'll say yesterday it was saying the quest is completed. Now it's not saying the quest is completed. So I don't know. Let's see. We have in progress, succeeded. All right. So my guess is I had saved an issue. So this is supposed to be succeeded. And then quest completed. There you go. And see if you change that, then it stops being succeeded. But I think the issue was that if I go to my actual quests, and so this is going to be in the demo files here, group quests is push the buttons. It's actually go enter the zones, but whatever. You need to push the red button. In my success criteria, I think I have I have a space here at the end of the red thing, and it didn't save. It didn't save, and that's what's concerning to me, because I fixed that yesterday and it should work now, and then it should save. So we're gonna have to find out if it's not saving, because if it's not saving, well, that's just not cool. All right, quest complete. Saving the project. Now let's just reload it. We'll reload it real quick. This is the working project. I'm doing a different project because this one's taking so long. I want to be able to update the game modules while still working on this, as we find bugs and optimizations and other things to fix. All right, let's check this out. Push the buttons. Our success, and it's still not. It didn't save. It didn't save. Well, that's annoying. Well, let's look at the quest conditions. Zone trigger red. And see, it's interesting. It's not, doesn't have a space here. So why would it have a space there? Well, this is an interesting question then, because technically we create a new quest condition right here. There's all sorts of different conditions, like the item object list can contain something, and so on and so forth. Hold on, I have to cough a little bit. And my mute button on my Stream Deck isn't working. So I had to like find the button with my mouse on the OBS. It was annoying. Yeah, so this is, you set up a quest condition. You can manage them all. Let me dock that. You can manage them all here. Again, no space there at the end of red zone trigger. If you're trying to just manage them all. Lots of different things. For this one, the party inventory needs to have more than 0 short sword items, and then we know that they have more than 1 sword. It's a quest condition. Then when you do the quests themselves, each quest, you know, will have different steps, and in each step we'll have success criteria. It could have failure criteria. Sometimes it doesn't. Like maybe time runs out, or maybe somebody dies and so they can't rescue them because they're dead. Stuff like that. And you can have multiple success criteria, so you can do that here, but you can also do like just do a search and limit it down. So fancy stuff there. That's very exciting. I'm happy with that code. But this shouldn't really be editable here. Editable. I mean, I suppose it should be editable, but then it would update the other things. So we're gonna say red test, and then let's go see if our quest conditions got updated. It did. Well, geez. You know what? Then I bet it's because when I change it here, it's just not being set dirty. That's my guess. So where are we looking at? Manage quest objects. So manage quest. Oh no, this is quest editor. Quest object editor, probably this. Let's load it up in ye old writer. I'll zoom in because I'll forget to do that if I don't. Whoa. I got a lot open. Close all other tabs. Oh, that was the wrong button. Alright, let's load it up again. Alright. Hopefully this is seeable for all you fine folks. Where were we? We were looking at the quest, group quest. And we're looking at success criteria. So I'm just going to find this bit in the code. It's somewhere in here. We're going to look for success criteria. There we go. So this is show complete buttons. Underneath that is show success. That's where we're looking. So for each quest step in the success conditions, we're going to show the condition. Whoops, I just pushed a button. All right. Okay. Show condition. And this is the thing. So we have the X button right here, right there, and then the quest condition drawer. So the undo record object is it's saving this, which is the quest object, not what we're actually changing here, because what we're actually changing here is the quest condition. The record object should also set it to be dirty. So let's save. Actually, we'll test 2 just to save that. Just confirm that it got updated here. It did. So now let's quit and let's load and see what happens. And while that happens, I'm going to text my friends, or at least see what they're texting me. Ooh, that looks yummy. Oh, yum. They made Thai food. I had Thai food tonight too. I bought my mom Thai food, and I had some Thai food. I brought takeout for her, and she enjoyed that, I think. And my friend made some Thai food, and now they're making cookies. All right. Red test. Let's see what happens. It didn't save, so that's annoying. 2. Can I undo? I can't undo, so that's good. That works. I did the undo redo. Now we're just going to quit. I saved. I used the hotkey to save. Such a hotkey. And it worked. Okay, good. So we're good now. All right. That was the bug. It was doing the undo on the wrong object. Whoops, red. All right. So now we can move on with our life. All right. So just make sure it still works. And we've completed the quest. Now, what the hell happens when we complete the quest? Right now, it just says this. So this quest is an autocomplete quest. That means it's going to check itself to see if it is going to be complete or not. Let's see. So I've got this. I have to remind myself. It's been a bit since I actually touched this code, so until earlier this week. So I have to remind myself some of the stuff. If true, game object created from this quest will subscribe to the blackboard. Alright, that makes sense. This is required for quests to auto-check their status because we use the blackboard module for this. Sequential steps means that it has to happen in order. In other words, pushing the red button, we can close these. So these are the 3 steps. Push the red button, push the green button, and push the blue button. In this case, there's zones, and trigger the zones, whatever. That was just easier. They can happen in any order. You can, of course, change the order. But if you have sequential, that means that they have to be. So you see these turned on, so no, these are very fixed. Otherwise, they're grayed out because it doesn't really matter the order. But now the order matters. It has to be green, blue, red. In fact, let's just test this to make sure it works, because I don't think I've ever actually tested this. Now we have to do green first. So green box doesn't show up until we hit the red one. So, all right, now, okay. Well, the green box showed up because we went to the red one. That's separate from the quest thing. But let's look at our demo data real quick, and we should see red one is succeeded. Interesting. It's supposed to be in order. So I should see that red isn't succeeded until it happens. So let's look at the code again. Game quest. So this is the runtime variant of the quest. And yes, the back of my head is hurting. I think I just didn't sleep well last night. I have a problem where I wake up at 7:30 every day. I blame work, the day job. Really doesn't matter what time I go to bed. I'll almost always wake up at 7:30 to 7:55 thereabouts. And so last night I went to bed at 1:30, and then I woke up at 7:55, and I was like, God damn it, that sucks. All right, so I've got notes for myself here. I don't know which ones matter, but anyways, let's see. We're checking itself. So in our tick method, it checks itself. We're gonna do check for. If it's autocomplete and auto-fail, we're going to do the checking. So check for auto-completion. If there are still steps left, then we haven't completed. Simple enough. So let's ignore that. That's not where it happens now. So it's going to be probably for each quest step, do this. So each quest step is also going to check for things. Do the initial setup. Make the owner the owner. This happens in case there's a new owner. There isn't always. Most of the time there won't be a new owner, but if you happen to pass in a new owner, then there you go. Set game time now. Check the time limit from that. Okay. Check for completion. All right. What was my note here? If it can revert as true, then we may return to false even if we have returned true before. That makes sense. If we're reverting, that means like have 100 pounds on the scale and then you succeed, but then somebody takes it off and now you failed or haven't succeeded. Maybe not failed, but just haven't succeeded. So if we haven't succeeded or failed, then we can't revert. Return true. So if the quest is in progress and we can't revert, then yes, it's true. Oh, if it's not in progress and we can't revert, then it's complete. Okay. If we've succeeded, return true. If failed, return true. Otherwise, return false. Okay, check for success. Okay. If all conditions have succeeded, return false. All conditions must be met. There we go. So all conditions, just as a reminder, there's multiple layers here. There's a quest. Underneath the quest, there are steps. And underneath each step, there are potentially multiple conditions that have to be met for each step, for that particular step to have succeed. And all steps have to be succeed in order for the quest to be succeeded. If any of the things fail, then the entire quest fails. Right? That makes sense to everybody? I think so. I'll take your silence as yes. It makes lots of sense. So if the status is already exceeded, it means we're rechecking. So we don't need to do the just completed actions and can just return true. So if the status is already succeeded, then we do that. Otherwise, we set it as succeeded. And this is the problem here because this is the quest step. And so instead of checking for success, etc., and instead of checking for completion, it doesn't matter if we've completed it or not. We're not even going to check for its completion. It doesn't even matter to even check it because we can't do it until something else happens. And so what we're going to update this right here. So we're going to do a new one called quest step ticks. And we're going to pass in game time now and create this. Not navigate to, create it. There we go. We'll default this to -1f, but I think that wouldn't matter anyways. But that's okay. So that's what we're usually going to do, but instead we are not going to do that. Well, we might. We're going to say if the quest is it quest dot sequential? No. What are we looking at? Game quest. Quest. Yeah, there we go. That's probably it. Sequential. There we go. So if it's not sequential steps, then we'll just do this in return. Because we're going to check them all. However, if it's sequential steps, then we will then say for each of our quest step in quest.quest quest steps. Let's call it a step. All right, for each step in quest steps, so you go down the list. If step dot status equals in progress. So if it doesn't equal in progress, then continue. And then, so basically we're saying, hey, if it's already failed or succeeded, then, I mean, honestly, what we can say, if it's not succeeded, then continue. Nah, we'll just keep it. So if it's not in progress, then continue. And let me make a note here. If the step has succeeded or failed, move on to the next. So I know I could do this in a link statement as well, but I'll do it like this for now. I always change it later. And then so now that means if we do get to this point, it means we are in progress, and we're the first step that is in progress. That means it's the only one that we really need to check. So we will only check one per frame. That way it's just easier. I don't think we need to check multiple per frame, I suppose. And then we'll do this. So step.tick. And we're going to pass an owner and game time now. -1 is basically we're not passing anything in. Step, tick. Owner, game time now. And then break. Because we only want to check this one. We don't want to check any other. Check the next step and break so that only this step is checked. So this will continue to be checked frame after frame, pretty much until it succeeds or fails, and then the next one will go on, and then eventually that would be the whole quest, once all the steps are there. All right, so now we should see it work. So if we go back to our demo data, the quests are going to be populated when we press play here. Here we go. Skinny that up. All right, so we got in progress for the green, red, and the blue. And we did change the order around. That's why red is not first here. So let's go step into the red and we'll see what happens. All right, so red did not get pushed. Green did. And then red also succeeded right afterwards. That's interesting. That is interesting. And I'll tell you why that happened. So it was correctly not... and I actually, if you are paying attention, and it's okay if you're not, but if you are paying attention, I might want your advice now. So we had a situation here where you needed to touch red, green, blue. But I changed it so that you needed to touch green, red, blue, and you can't... The status is not set to succeeded until you touch... it doesn't even check until you hit green. But when I hit the red, the metrics essentially for the success were entered into the blackboard. So it didn't get checked to succeed because it wasn't even checking until after the green one succeeded. Once the green one succeeded or failed, the red one instantly, or really one frame later, instantly was marked as success because I had already done the thing. So the question is that expected behavior? I can think of it both ways. I can think of it one way where, yes, it's expected behavior. If the idea is, hey, you need to have 100 gold, step 2 is to have 200 silver. If you already have 200 silver, then you get 100 gold, then obviously 200 silver, well, you got it, so you're good to go. But I can see it the other way, where you have to do something and then the other thing literally cannot be done until you do it. But I think in those cases, you should handle it the way I've been handling these boxes, where one just literally isn't even there for you to do something with. Like if you have to push, I don't know, if your steps are put the key in the lock and then turn the key is step 2, and then turn the knob is step 3, and then push the door is step 4. Maybe you can push the door, but it won't do anything because you haven't completed the step 3, and you can code that. So I think, yeah. All right. So I think I've answered my own question. If you have a thought, please let me know. But I think I've answered my own question. In this case, push the buttons. We're gonna move the red back up now, and sequential steps. We're gonna turn that off, and then there we go. So I think we're good, and we've updated that bug. So hidden. This is intended to mark some quests as hidden from players. It's up to you to determine how to utilize this data. This was just a helpful thing. Wow. It just went from 4 to 13 watching. So welcome all you other people who just decided to join the stream. Why did all of you decide to join the stream all at the same time? Please do tell me. I'm very curious. But This is just a thing. So if you're coding your game and, you know, a lot of quests are you're going to display in the UI to your player, some of them are going to be hidden. You could use dictionaries to mark them as hidden, but I figured there's going to be so many people who need this use case that it didn't make any sense at all to not just include it as an option. Yeah. So there we go. So that's working. Now the question was, what do we do? Make sure I didn't break anything. So what do we do when the quest is actually complete? Because right now, absolutely nothing happens. Blue and then green and quest complete. Perfect. Right now, this is what happens. And it's doing this because it's checking for complete every single time. Once it's once it's complete, it should stop doing this, I suppose. It shouldn't. Well, actually, it should keep checking for completion if it can revert. And so what we should say, I suppose. All right, so if there are still steps left, then we have not completed it. Otherwise, return complete quest, and that just returns true. Okay. So now I need to check like for reverting, like steps left means all of them complete. I'm suddenly realizing that we might need a thing here because tick is called here. Let's see. So quest can revert, right? If your quest is to have 1,000 gold and you have 1,000 gold, then you no longer have 1,000 gold. Then, well, you've now no longer complete the quest. If it's marked to can revert, and isn't there? Why isn't it? Maybe it's the steps that can be marked as can revert. That's weird. I swear to the gods that quest. I can't type. Oh my gosh, where are my fingers on my keyboard? Quest. There we go. Dot. Yes. I swear there was the ability to revert. Nope. Nope. Ah, there we go. If can revert, this is on the quest step, so that's weird. Did I not expose this? I may not have. Quest steps. Oh, these are conditions. It's not the condition. No, I'm looking for the steps. And the step is not its own object. It's on the quest object. That's right. So have money is one that can definitely be reverted. I guess I guess I haven't exposed it. Let's check the code. Let's check the code. And what's my note here about reverting? All right. Check for completion, success or failure, and return out if we have completed. If can revert is true, then we may need to return false, even if we returned before. And so that's a note to me. I think because. Okay, so complete. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. I need to. I think I need to expose this, but let's figure out the code first. Make sure I did it right. If we have success or failed, we can't revert. Then return true. If we can revert, then this will never return true. So instead, we're going to check for success or failure, and that's going to actively check it once again, or it should. Yeah, if all the conditions are met. Otherwise, so if any of the conditions have not been met, we're going to return false. And that's what this is saying. Hey, we're just rechecking if we've already succeeded, so we don't need to do the whole trigger all the whatever stuff, which happens in set succeeded. And I guess I have a to-do step there, so that's probably something to look at. All right, so I need to expose it here. So we need to look at the quest object editor here and look at the quest steps. So again, success. Okay, so show complete buttons. This goes to this whole list. Show the steps. It's gonna be, yeah, it's each one that can revert. Each step can be reverted or can't. It's optional. All right, so earn some money. It's gonna be after the title, I suppose. Show quest step. Color green, that's the dot. Ups and downs, arrows, and then the title. So this only happens if we're showing it. Otherwise we do that. And so if we are showing it, we're going to do the title. This is a code for changing. Show no success error. Oh, that's if there's no success criteria. Then it can never succeed. Huh. So underneath that, we're going to, I guess we do the end row here. So we're going to make a new row. We're going to start row. And I'm using my own editor helper script stuff. So, this is in the Infinity editor is in the pack. So if you have any of the Infinity packs, you probably have that, and you can use it. Well, it's easier to do editor scripting with that, in my very, very humble opinion. Humble brag opinion. How exquisite is this? Okay. Next is a toggle, I guess a left check. We're going to say quest step dot can revert equals left check quest step dot can revert, and we need a label. So we're going to do can revert and symbol info, and then we'll do a tooltip, and then we'll do the bool. There we go, and close that off. And the tooltip's going to say, if true, the step will be checked for completion even after it has initially been completed to ensure these conditions continue to be met. Otherwise, once the step has succeeded, it will always be set to succeeded. All right, that should work. And let's see if it happens. I don't see it. Do you see it? I don't see. Oh, it's over there. Oh, am I in another? Start row. Interesting. Show step up down buttons. I don't think I need this or this. I think I need the end row, not the start row, or not this start row. Or maybe I do. Oh, I know what's going on. Okay, so I need this end row to be here. There we go. So I started the row up here, and then I do one of the two. They should both end with an end row then. Can revert. Tooltip only works on if I'm immunity. If true, blah blah blah. Okay. So now you can set it to whether it can revert. Have money can revert. Push the buttons. Cannot revert. We do not want those to be set to can revert. And you know what I want to do? I want to put that value over here as well, so that you don't necessarily have to open that up to manage it. And so I think what we can just do is not even that. I can just copy this. We can instead, let's be best practice here. Instead of copying, we're going to say show can revert, and pass in the quest step, and then that should be enough, I think. Then we'll type this in right here, and then so if we're not showing, then we're doing this, and what does this show? Okay, so all right, so we're going to return false because we didn't show it. Otherwise, here we're going to return true. And then why are we seeing it twice? Oh, it shows up in both places. All right, but on this one, we're going to say if we didn't show it, then we're going to show that. So basically, if there is success, then we're going to show that. Otherwise, we'll show the generic error. So if we add a quest step, we see that. But the minute that this quest step has, you can toggle it here, but the minute that this actually has conditions, just add that, then that goes away, and now this can show up there. Perfect. Okay, let's delete that. So now you can just turn these off. There should be a space there. That's too close, and this one's getting cut off. So we need a couple things. First things first, I'm the realist, and this needs to be wider. So the name, when it's closed, is currently set to quest step name, set to 120, make that 150, and then we will add a empty label right here. That's just about maybe 10, and make that empty. Whoop, empty. There we go. That should give us a tiny little gap and also more space for the actual label. There we go. So if this does fill up the entire thing, you'll still see a little gap. So that's nice. All right. So now these can check to see if they can revert. What's the next step? Next step is to see if there are any new messages on Discord. There are not. How's everyone doing today? Are you all new to the stream, or are any of you... I haven't streamed in a while. Last one was Halloween, so almost 2 months, which is too long, I know, and I apologize. Are any of you old timers? I'm reading messages from my cookie. They have a print roller. Oh, that's neat. A rolling pin that puts like prints, Christmas like prints on the dough. That's cute. So cute. What's your favorite kind of cookie? All right. So there's a lot going on. There's still a lot more that needs to be done. What's the next thing that needs to be done? We are checking to see if it can revert. We'll check that. If it can't, then we've got 2 things here, so that's good. Well, we can work on the money. So let's look at the money. Have at least 100 gold. So the player gold must be greater than this. But here we have, if you know something in this condition steps, we have buttons. Oh no, that's what's conditions? Quest conditions. Sword. This is the one. the party inventory. So this is not going to be player. This is going to be party. Because in this demo scene, there are 4 players. And they pool their gold because they are socialists. And they are smart. And they care about each other. And it makes no sense for player 4 to have all the money. And then player 1 can't buy any of this good stuff. Player 4 is much better off if they can all buy good stuff and fight the monsters. See? That's your political commentary for the day. So now the party gold must be greater than 100. But we can say actually greater than or equal to, because let's say they need to have at least 100 gold. You can make this a float or an int. It doesn't matter. That's nice. Excuse me. So let's add a button here. Let's do a few things actually. Let's get some print screen stuff going up there and other things. So what is this? It's it. What is it? Oh, I had forgotten about that song until just now. It's it. What is it? What is that song? It's from the 90s, I think. Blackboard readout. Wait a minute. There is stuff here. How come it's not showing up? Oh, because it's... No, the color is dark. Is it that they're just not tall enough? Yeah, I guess that's it. It's just not tall enough. So I guess all of these just need to be made a little bit taller. That was it? Well, I should probably just figure out how to make the whole thing where it just stacks itself. But I really hate the UI and having to do that. I've never really quite grasped the concept of how that works. I've made it work. I just don't like doing it. All right, so we got distance traveled. We have meters traveled. That was that's from the Blackboard demo, this distance in meters. And then we've got our zones entered. I just put placeholders, I guess. All right, let's fix those. Red zone entered. What do we have here? Zone trigger red. Is that the right? No. It's just going to be buttons red, I think. Topic subject. Buttons red. Buttons green. Buttons blue. I believe the text needs to is auto-populated. Probably, yeah, it is. All right. So now we should get those updated, maybe. Aha, red true, green true, blue true. Perfect. Now let's do party gold. So we're gonna do another one of these. Whoops, not 2 of those. And let's do it this one. We'll copy the meters traveled. We're gonna do party gold, party gold, and party gold. There we go. Value int, that should just kind of work. So we'll move it down, and then we need a button to add gold and whatnot. So I think what we'll do is make both of these a little bit smaller. They don't need to be so big. And then we'll move them down. And click player, press tab, 1, 2, 3, select players, tap control to toggle player and camera movement. That's fine. And then we need another button, so I'm going to copy this button. And we're going to say add 15 gold. All right, and This doesn't need to be so big. Wrong one. Need the whole button. So plus 15 gold. And we'll make one that's minus 1 gold. Subtract, lose 1 gold. So minus 1 gold. Just get the nuance in there. And then what do we do on these right now? They've got this on click. That's not a, wait a minute. Oh no, this is that's the box manager here. Yeah, we're not doing, this is not a loot box. Neither of these are loot box. So we're gonna remove this component, and make them just regular buttons again. So now we'll just write a quick demo script that says give gold, I guess. That seems appropriate. So in the demo files, create a C# script. We're going to say quest demo give gold. Did we do any special demo? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Wasn't quite sure. So that's the namespace, system, serializable, assure. And what are we gonna do? We're gonna say, all right, so gold is a stat. This is where the modules start working together. Gold is a stat. So this isn't going to talk directly to the blackboard. Instead, this is going to add and subtract points to that value. So we're going to need a reference to the demo player. Let me just bring that up so make sure I know what the heck I'm talking about. Quest demo data. So it's going to be actually a party stat. That's interesting. I haven't added this yet, so I guess we need to start that. So, oh man. So if we are doing, how do you do this in Legend of the Stones? Huh, I don't know. So the quest demo data, what we're gonna do is a new. I'm not gonna do a new one here. I'm gonna create a new one here instead. Called party stats. We'll just do that. So we're going to create a new script called quest demo party stats. I'm just keeping the name with, I don't know, I don't need to do quest demo. It could just be party stats, but you know, I just want to be very obvious that this is a demo script. It's not part of the modules besides the demo itself. Quest demo party stats is going to be opened up, and it's going to be very similar to the demo data in many ways, in the first way being the same namespace. And then this is going to just hold the stats itself. So we're going to be saying I have stats, and then we're going to implement all the various things that we need. There's a lot. We don't need to set them all up right now, but we are going to say public stat game stat list. Whoops. Stats. All right, so in our gain stat, we're not going to do that. Well, maybe we will. All right, let's start with a list of public starting stats. Or in fact, you know what? Let's do this. Public. There's many ways to get the stats in there. One is to create a list and just drag the stat objects over. That's probably an easy way to do it. I could also hard code it in the script itself and not have to worry about all that. Okay, well, fine, we'll do this. List stat starting stats equals new list stat. And then public void That's private, I guess. Private void start is going to be add starting stats. So the add starting stats is not going to add them if they already exist. It's only going to add them if they don't exist. And to do that, we're going to say for each var stat in starting stats, gain stat stat.uid, and gain stats down here. This is where we're going to say stats.add UID, this, and distinct is true, yes. So it's not going to add stats if it already exists. So this is just not going to matter in the end. All right, so we did our gain stat. We're not going to care about removing stats. Try get game stat. We don't need that. We don't need that yet. We're going to need a... Do we need a tick? The stats we have on the party in this demo scene aren't going to be updated necessarily. So... yeah. All right. So let's just set this up for now. Get this ball rolling first. All right. So we have our demo data. Demo data. You know the song Alejandro from Lady Gaga? I would like to do if I were Weird Al Yankovic, and I'm not, in case you were wondering, I am not. If I were, I would make a song called Jalapeno. Jalapeno. It would be one spicy song. You're welcome. All right. What did I name that? Party stats. Starring stats is going to be gold. Do we have one gold? We do. The demo files from the stats. Perfect. Starting stats is gold. That's golden. And the party stats, we're going to do a couple methods here. So we're going to do public int gold. It's going to be stats.get game stat so I'm going to actually implement an optimization here, which you don't have to do. You can if you want, but we're going to, after we add the starting stats, we're going to be say cache stats, and this is going to be hard code to what we want to cache. Cache stats. And in this case, we're just going to cache the gold. So we're going to need public game stat gold. Not public, private. What am I talking about? Not private. Gold. And this is going to say gold equals stats.get. I will do try get. Properties dot stats dot, I don't know which one it is, probably main stats dot gold. It is gold UID. Out gold, and if so, if we can't get gold, then is this right? I feel like it's not. Is that going to work? We'll find out. Debug.log warning, could not find gold. stat and return. Otherwise, I mean, I guess if that works, then it will be assigned. But I'm getting this little red underline here thing, so I'm guessing that means it doesn't work. It's expecting. Oh, I see. There we go. What is this? Remove braces. Yeah. Okay. What is this saying? No. Okay. So we're just gonna cache gold, and then gold is gonna be gold dot points. Oh, it's a float, but we're gonna cache this as an int because in this demo you can't have half a gold. Hey, do you ever think about, like, I'm here in America, and back in the day, pennies were worth something, and today they're worth nothing, and nobody even wants to pick them up. They're not even worth the risk of disease. But man, they used to have like hay pennies, half pennies back in the day. Like, it used to be, oh, you went to the movie, it's 5 cents. Oh, it's now 6 cents. That's an 18% increase in the movie price. I mean, now they'd have to change it to $20 to $25 or more all at once. No, $24. I guess they do that, but there's much more nuance in price increases now than they used to be able to do. Anyways, so we're starting stats, then we cache the stats. We have gold. We can just get gold just by calling that there, and then we can do public void add gold int gold or say value, and then we're gonna say gold dot add points value, and that's that. We can make it like this. There we go. That's how we're gonna add gold to the thing. But I know that we want to write this to the Blackboard, so update Blackboard. And so that is, we're going to do it up here. Why don't I gotta move this up here? Hey, which buttons do? Nope, not that button. Which buttons are? Wait a minute. Did the hotkey change for moving these up? Huh, that's weird. I used to be able to press buttons to get it up, but now I can't. All right, update Blackboard, and that means that we need to use the Blackboard. What's going on here? No. Using static Infinity PBR.modules.blackboard. Yes. All right, so we're using the Blackboard, and what we're going to do is blackboard.add add note, and it's going to be party. Oh, I need to make a new note. Okay. Bar. Can I just Is there no add note where I don't have to do that? Only one add note. There's only one add note. Oh, update note. That's what I want to do. Update note. There we go. Party. God darn it. Okay, so party is the topic, then gold is the subject, and the value is going to be gold. So this is going to add it if it's not already found. So if we just do this here, we can see it's the topic, subject, new value. Add if not found is true, and set notifications equals true as well. So that's that. So part of the reason is in the previous for the one of you or two of you who were here earlier, if you were here earlier, the red, blue, green button example, that's constantly checking the Blackboard. Now, technically, in many projects, most projects, that probably is not an issue. It's not super resource intensive. But from time to time, maybe you've got thousands of I don't know. I don't know your life. Maybe you have thousands of quests up at once, and you don't want them to all check the things. So in this case, one of the options here was about sending an event notification. Send notification. It's true. So as an option, I want to be able to set the things to only check when they get the event notification. So they're not constantly checking. They only check when they get the event. And so we're going to try to implement that with this. So heads up there. All right, so we're updating the note on the blackboard. Party gold is gold. After we've added the points here. And that should be good. So we need party stats. And so now when we go to our UI up here, there's a few things that we need to do. We need, both of these are going to have to do a thing. And their thing is going to be add gold. Whoops. So quest demo data, we're going to go to quest party stats, add gold. One's going to be adding 15. The other, oh, I thought I had them both selected. Oh, well. One is going to be -1. So add -1 gold. All right, perfect. And then on the printout up here, party gold, value int, that should just work. So the blackboard, for those of you who are like me in the past, I didn't know what blackboard was in this context. I do now. We know we have the value black of gold right here. We can get a reference to quest demo party stats and say quest demo party stats dot gold equals whatever. But that is telling the blackboard, hey, the party gold is XYZ, or X, I guess in this case, is X. And now any other script can, instead of finding the exact object that holds that data, any other script can now say, hey, blackboard, what's the party gold? And the blackboard will tell them exactly what the party gold is. So let's see if this works. We'll add 15 gold. Oh, wrong button. We'll add 15 gold. Okay, gold 15. It's going up, going up, going up. Quest complete. Excellent. Because we have the quest to get at least that much gold. And now we have less, and it's still going. I'm pretty sure this is a bug now then, because I'm pretty sure the have money quest, have at least 100 gold, can revert. And in this case, there is less than 100 gold. So quest should not be complete. So let's look at this, and everything else seems to be working well, so that's good. Let's look at the quest and see if it's getting updated here, and just go from there, figure it out. All right, so we have pushed the buttons and have money. Have money, honey. Quest steps, earn some money, have at least 100 gold. It's in progress. Oh, I'm pushing the wrong button again. I need to go back over here. Grumble, 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 grumble. Alright, in progress. Our gold's going up. And one more, and succeeded. And now it's going down and down, and it did not check it again. It did not check it again. Well, let's figure out why. It should be checking it. So quest complete. We'll go through the list here. 17. Party quest, tick. Perfect. Game quest list. Each game quest, tick. Perfect. Game quest, whoop. 161 is, if it's autocomplete, check for completion. And then return whether we completed the steps. If there are no steps left to complete, then we've completed the quest. Ah. I see. Okay, so interesting. Okay, let me talk this one through. So this quest is to have 100 gold. Now, yes, in many cases, as soon as you succeed in a quest, there's only one step, is to have 100 gold. So once you get that, you've succeeded. Oftentimes, that means you get a reward, level up, or something happen, win the game even. You could use a quest system for win conditions, etc. But in other cases, it might be have 100 gold and then go talk to the mayor. or some shit like that. And so you want the quest to be complete, but you don't want it to complete. And I think maybe that's where autocomplete comes into play. Check for completion. Okay. Now I'm realizing, okay, so we don't want this one to autocomplete because we want you to have to talk to the mayor, and that will let you complete the quest. The step is complete. So in UI, some UI showing like, oh, here's the step, earn some money, is gain 100 gold. It will show complete, or it will show not complete. So the steps can be completed or not complete. Quest step ticks. Oh wait, I might be actually overthinking sequential steps because we're doing that before we check for completion. So we should be checking it here. I think we need to do and step.can revert, and if it can't revert. So if it's not in progress and it can't revert, but if it can revert, then we do need to check. If it can revert, then we need to check regardless. All right, let's see if that works. All right, so the quest might be saying it's complete, but the step can still revert. So let's just see what happens. Oh, wrong thing. What am I doing? 15 gold. Okay, quest complete, and we see it succeeded in the inspector, and all right, still succeeded. So it's not going through the process. It should be going to this tick here. Check for completion. Again, similar logic as before. If the status is not in progress, and we can't revert, then we're set. Otherwise, check for success. If conditions met. Oh, set succeeded. Aha. Okay, so this is the only place where it returns false. So we're going to have to say will return false. First, if it has already succeeded, then mark it as in progress. In progress. Okay. Okay. So we only want to do this if it's not already succeeded. So if status equals quest step succeeded, then we want to set in progress. Otherwise, we don't need to do that. Okay. Now let's try it again. All right. Oh yeah, wrong button. Here we go. One more, and quest's complete. and succeeded, and in progress, quest is no longer complete. Perfect. And then if we add 15 gold, we get that again. All right, so we are good there. Now the problem though is this is a quest that I want to I want this to be another button here that basically says complete gold quest. All right, and this is, yeah. So I want a button that says complete gold quest. This is going to be, you know, the demo of like what happens when we talk to the mayor and we say, hey, we completed the quest, or whatever. Anything that says, you know, that's checking to see if a quest is complete, and then it does something else. In this case, it's just a button. A button is pressed. It's going to check to see if you've completed the quest. If so, it will do the reward or something like that. Turns out that when I started doing the quest module, I really thought it would be a little simpler, but turns out there's a lot of different paths and options when it comes to quests. All right, so there's a few things here. One, I need this to not be autocomplete. So let's do that first. Have money. It looks like we haven't set it up here, so we'll go back to our code and our editor, quest demo, nope, quest object editor, and we're gonna look for hidden. All right, so subscribe to Blackboard, sequential steps as the option, and then check for auto completion and check for auto failure. I'll do those before hidden. So this dot auto complete equals left check, auto complete, or we're gonna say auto succeed, and come on, man. Symbol info. If true, the system will automatically check to see if the quest has been completed and run the completion code at that point. Set this false if you want to control when the quest is checked for completion, such as when a quest is, I'll put this in quotes, turned in to an NPC. And then this dot can auto complete. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing for auto fail. You would think that maybe they'd be the same, but maybe you don't want to check it for auto complete, but you do want to check it for auto fail. For instance, perhaps the quest is to rescue a lost puppy in a cave, and you fail if, 3 days go by, the puppy dies, which is very, very, very bad, and so you failed the quest. Even if you hadn't find them yet, you failed. They're just dead. But maybe that, so maybe that automatically fails the quest. But maybe you're like, well, yeah, but they don't know they're dead yet, so they don't know they found them. So now we'll turn off auto fail, and now we only see mark as fail if we go to the dog and oop, dog is dead. So now fail the quest. So that's the difference between whether you want autofail on. But you might want autofail to be on, but autocomplete to be off. Like you have to do something, then go back, and when you go back is when you get the reward, etc., rather than as soon as you get the last success criteria. Autofail If true, this is small, and check if the quest has failed, and run the failure code at that point, which is probably an event or something. We haven't done that yet. For failure. All right. This one has to be updated. All right. So now, if I turn these off, failure there, it doesn't matter. There is no failure here. Now I shouldn't get the. Oops. If I get 100 gold, I shouldn't get spammed. Good. We don't get spammed because we're not checking to see if it's succeeded yet until we can click this complete gold thing. So we're going to add a new one called, let's actually do it here. Create new C#. We're going to quest demo. Turn in quest, I guess. I don't know. That's a lot of words. This is going to be demo, and then system.serializable, and then what are we going to do here? Public void turn in or check, yeah, turn in gold quest. I don't even know. Is properties dot quests. Did I add quest to the properties yet? I have to do that too. What's the best way to do this? You can say turn in quest, and pass in a UID of the game quest. Let's see. Do I have another way? I may have created another way of doing this. Have the money. There's a UID. I know that. And you have a name. Have money. Honey. Doing it by the name, I might change the name, and then if I code it by the name, then that would be an issue. That's why the UID is there. Properties would allow me to get the UID of a thing, but then if name change, I need to change that code too. We'll just do the UID. Turning quest string UID, and we're gonna say, oh, we need a reference to our player stats. So public quest demo party stats, not party stats, quest demo data, and then we'll say data dot party quest dot get by the UID, and we'll say our quest equals, so we've got the quest, and then if quest dot complete. No, that's going to be oh, steps left. True if all steps are complete. Okay, we can do that. If quest is complete, we'll say debug.log color. How do we do the color again? I forget. Quest complete. And actually, let's just say the name of the quest. Quest what is complete? We're going to say quest dot object name is complete. Else we will say is not yet complete. And there we go. And if it's complete, then we'll say quest dot complete steps. No. What was the spam? If steps left. Okay, check for completion. Complete quest. Okay, then we do this, I guess. Oh, that's private? Probably shouldn't be private then. I have no logic yet for the failure yet. All right. What was I? Oh, here. Complete quest. And we are going to do one more other thing. If quest.status. Wait a minute. Interesting. Quest. Well, I'm thinking now that the quest, when it, we need to know that it wasn't already marked as complete. And I guess the quest doesn't have a status symbol or thing, does it? Perhaps it should. So let's try that. Let's add in public status equals, or public quest status, step status equals in progress equals, oh, status equals in progress, and then okay, complete. Complete quest, we will then say, how about this? Okay, there we go. If the status does not or equals succeeded, then we return true. Otherwise, we'll mark that and we're going to say to do stuff that happens, because who knows what happens, but we just need to know that it's going to happen once. But if it's already succeeded, then we don't need to do that, but we will do the status equals succeeded. Oops. All right, so we mark it succeeded, but that way it only happens once. Yeah, that should be good. And then I think that means we can actually change the code above a little bit. If that once it succeeds, once it's set to this, it can't be unset without external code, I suppose. Like if you have to turn in 5 trinkets and then you've got 6 trinkets, so you turn 5 trinkets, suddenly maybe the quest is always there, it never goes away. If you get another 5, you can turn it in again. If you got 11, you can click the button twice and turn it in twice in a row, something like that. Anyways, oh, what's this? Turn in quest. If quest dot status equals succeeded, then we're going to say and return. We're going to say quest is already complete. All right. Let's see if these work as expected. All right, clear this out so we can see. All right. Oh, I should have. All right. should probably also hook up this button. Let's see, where is complete gold quest? It's going to be, what did I do in the demo? I think. I didn't even add it, actually, did I? Turning quest. There we go. What is data? Quest demo data. Alright. Alright, so first we're going to click the complete quest. And, oh, I still didn't hook it up properly. Turning quest string, and we're going to copy in the string from the quest have money. Copy UID. Alright, alright, save again. Now, 18th time is the charm. Not yet complete. Alright, well, let's just add some gold. Now, complete. Now, are you complete? Perfect. Alright. So, maybe, happy Christmas, everybody. Happy Christmas, Harry. Maybe you understand where this is going now. The idea is that I want this to be flexible, right? So it could be used for all sorts of different types of quests, because there are so many different types of quests out there. And yeah, also fairly straightforward and automatic. Many quests can be automatic, you know? Excuse me. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe there's just random quests you've got. You just, as soon as you hit them, you've succeeded and you get a reward. I don't know. But other ones you're going to want to turn in. So you get a, find the golden idol. You found the golden idol. And then that's great. You've succeeded in that step, but now you have to turn it back in. And only when you turn it in does the quest actually end. Anyways, so let's see. Oh, I've got a question on the Discord. Let's see. I might know the answer. I've just skimmed it. Let's see this question from Jasmine. Jasmine says, "Hi, I'm not sure what channel this should be in. Well, I guess general's fine. I don't really care, but the questions and answers should come into play there. Not sure what channel this is, so apologies if it should be elsewhere. I just imported into Unity Weapons and Armor. Thank you for your support. But gain a console log error from multiple items showing warnings like import FPX warnings. So those are going to be warnings that you can clear out. Yeah. So thanks for supporting our work. These warnings can be cleared and are nothing to worry about. Unity does, it doesn't really matter. Smiley face. There you go. All right. There's more to check on Discord. Anyways, I'm going to go now and maybe fix myself a whiskey drink. I don't know where all of you are who are watching right now, but I hope that you have a nice day off or something. Whatever it is that you want to do on holidays that most people in my area celebrate. If you're in my area in the United States or something like that, then maybe you're in the same situation. But I hope you get to do what you want to do, and that you don't get too much of a headache from the stuff that you don't really want to do, but you're going to do anyways because it's kind of fun, like going to my brother's house. But at the same time, you always end up with a headache. Anyways, I'm going to have some whiskey, and then, I'm going to pour the whiskey, and then I'm going to load up my PC. I'm going to load up Age of Empires 4, and I'm going to play it, and I'm down for multiplayer if in case anybody is there for multiplayer. And you know what I'm going to do? Let's create a channel here called Multiplayer Game Together, or Game Together. Let's create this channel, this text channel, and at channel. Are you playing multiplayer games and looking for cool people to play with? Let us all know here, and maybe somebody will join. Let's give this a try. At channel, is that a thing here? No. All right. I'm going to be playing Age of Empires 4 in maybe 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. Come play multiplayer if you want. My screen name there is a Magic Pig a Games. So, for those of you watching, if you want to play Age of Empires 4, if you're interested, let me know. Mention it in this thing here, and mention or whatever. Just tell me. Add me as a friend or whatever. I don't know how that works, and all that. Oh, hello, Michael Cuddy. How are you? I celebrate Christmas, but in a very, very, very non-religious way. I just like giving gifts because I think giving gifts is fun. And my brothers, or really my brother, one of my brothers and his wife, always say, no gifts for the adults, no gifts for the adults, because they apparently don't understand it. They think it's all commercialism and stuff. And I'm like, it's not to be commercialism. You know, it can be a homemade gift. It can be an event. It can be a, hey, I'm going to make you dinner and tell you jokes. It can be whatever you want. It's an opportunity to tell somebody, I know something about you. And I know something about you because I care about you. And that's why gift giving is so much fun. But alas, they get a candle. But the candle has Sweden on it. It's the closest I could get to where they actually want to go visit, which is Ireland. But the candle company didn't have Irish scented candles. They had Spain and Sweden, and I thought Sweden was closer to Ireland. So there you go. Yeah. Love language. My love language is my tongue. Talking language, not what you're thinking, perverts. Anyways, that's a weird way to end the stream, so I'll talk a little bit more. Anyways, no, actually I'm going to go. Michael, it was good to see you. I'm glad that you joined the stream. I plan on doing these more often. I've been busy this past few months with the day job being stressful and my some tragedies in my personal life with my friend passing away and stuff. But you know, I like doing this stuff and I should do it more often. So expect more live streams from me. And of course, once I get this quest system out, this is a cool module. The quest module is going to be pretty cool. It should enable much more easy quest management. You'll still have to do all the, the UI as you see fit, setting up quests, how they actually work, whether it's given by some old person, an old sage, or just automatically done. There's all sorts of ways you can use it. I mean, you could even make it, the next step, to be fair, actually, it was supposed to be a quest and dialogue system, but I'm going to do the dialogue after. The next step is being like, okay, in a dialogue system, let's say that you have to rescue a puppy, going back to the puppy. You have to rescue a puppy, but you're not going to get that quest until you've seen the puppy, because you need to see the puppy for whatever reason. As a developer, you've decided that the story says you meet the puppy, very cute. His name is Sam. He's a very cute puppy, a beagle, and he gets lost. But that's the quest to find him. But the problem is you need to meet him before you go to the mayor, and the mayor says, my dog's missing. Sam is missing. You met Sam. He's so nice. He's such a cutie. You gotta go find him. And so then you open up the quest, and the quest is given to you, a non-hidden quest, and this is where the hidden thing comes into play here. If it's not a hidden quest, then it shows up in your UI. Save Sam. It has all the different steps in there. save Sam. This is the only step. Maybe, I don't know. And then you do that quest. But maybe you use the quest system to have a hidden quest to keep track of events, because it doesn't have to be just quests that the player sees. You could have a hidden quest that is called Meet Sam the dog. And once you meet Sam the dog, then it says, oh, you've succeeded in that quest. You don't know you've succeeded in that quest. It's hidden. There's no rewards when you win. When you complete that, the only thing is it's marked as now a complete quest. And maybe some dialogue in a dialogue module only happens if you've completed a quest. Or maybe dialogue changes if you've completed a quest. So if you've talked to the mayor, he says, oh, you should go meet my dog Sam. He's down by the well. If you haven't met him. But if you have met him, then it says, oh, he's missing. If you haven't completed the Find Sam quest. And if you've completed or failed the Find Sam the dog quest, then the mayor says something completely different. And that dialogue tree needs something to hook into. So it can hook into the quest system. It's obviously it can also hook into the Blackboard system. That example would actually be a better use of the Blackboard, honestly. But there are some examples I can think of that are more complex. Their quest system probably makes sense. But even then, like, let's say you succeed in saving Sam the dog. You go to another town, and the mayor there is like, I heard you saved Sam. Thank you very much. And then let's say you failed the quest because Sam died because you were too damn slow. And then you go to the other mayor and says, oh, I heard that you tried to save Sam. I'm so sorry you were too late. And so you get a different outcome depending on the past quests. So anyways, the dialogue system is going to be heavily not hooked into, heavily hooked into the quest system and the Blackboard system as well, and all the other systems, because let's face it, maybe you have a special item in your pocket, and because you have an item in your pocket, you get a different dialogue tree, etc., etc., etc. And hopefully all this stuff makes your life just a little bit easier. All right, I'm going to sign off now. So thank you all for watching, and maybe I'll see you on Age of Empires 4. Maybe I won't. Probably not. I'm not holding my breath.